we burn down forests to grow crops for animals, right?
Right.
And if we stopped eating animal products, we would have so much more space, right?
But I would have so much less pleasure as well.
There's a slight difference in taste for you, but for the animals, it's like the hell, right? What they're going through.
I mean, I don't owe these guys anything. I don't owe these animals anything. You know, they're just basic life forms. They're just basic animals, and I like the taste. I don't really see why I would make that. Why I would try.
The same thing about a dog?
About a dog? No, I like dogs. I like dogs. Yeah, it's social. It's socially different, you know.
But for the dog, it doesn't make a difference, right? If a dog is suffering or if a pig is suffering, there's no difference.
Right.
For the pig or the dog, right?
Yeah.
It's just for you.
But I was raised being told that it's not socially acceptable to abuse dogs and to kill dogs, but it is socially acceptable to do all of this. So that's the way I was raised, and I just, you know.
But that doesn't make it right? Just because you are raised that way doesn't mean it's right to do it that way.
But I was also raised, you know, looking out for myself and putting myself first, and I think that's a good way of living, you know.
Why do you think it's a good way? Do you think it's sustainable if everybody
looks out for themselves? We only have one life, so why not spend it doing everything that I want to do and not.
Everybody else also has just one life, right?
They have one life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, their lives are not as important as mine.
But they suffer just like you do, right?
Maybe, but I don't feel it or see it, you know, I can ignore it.
Would you say the same thing about a human?
About a human?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I see it as different. I mean, I see these animals as, I don't have as much respect for them, so I'm happy to see them go through hell, as you were saying, because at the end of the day, they're not humans, and that's all that really matters to me. I guess I'm selfish, you know?
Can you say I mean, there are lots of difference between animals and humans, right?
Yeah.
But can you name a difference that makes it okay for them to kill them? And
I would say just because they're not human, and I only respect humans. Why are you guys not talking about human rights anyway? Why only talk about these guys? What's going on?
Well, people don't buy the meat from humans, right?
Right.
It's not an issue. And many people say 3 times a day that it's okay to kill them, and they're suffering just like we do. Why?
What makes you guys think that you got the right to tell people what to not eat and to eat, though?
Well, I'm not telling anybody, I just talk to people. I want to prevent animals from suffering.
So it's like, what is it, like a moral thing for you guys? You think that this is immoral? Okay.
Yeah. We don't have to do this anymore. I think we can live healthily without animal products.
Right.
Then if it's just a choice for my pleasure versus all the suffering others have to go through, I think for me it's very clear that it's not right to let others suffer in that way just for my pleasure.
But what if I think it is, though? Does that make me a bad person?
What would be the definition of a bad person for you?
As somebody who is immoral, unethical, somebody who, is a bad person. I'd say that's bad.
Bad person is someone who does bad things.
Yeah.
Do you want my honest answer?
Yeah.
On that one case, yes.
In this case, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, you can go out and help homeless people, and then that's something very kind of you. When people say they support torturing animals for their own pleasure.
You think that's a bad thing? You think that makes somebody a bad person,
I mean, the bad person, people say it often, but never can say what they mean by it.
Right.
But if you say a bad person is someone who does bad things,
right.
It's really bad to support this. I feel like it's always bad to support something where others are so heavily exploited, right?
But I enjoy it, though.
It doesn't make it right. Just because if I enjoy hitting other people, that doesn't make it right to hit other people.
I suppose you can look at it that way. Why not just stop the cruelty and make it more nice for the animals then? I could get on board with that, as long as I still get to eat what I want to eat, because I'm all about me, you know? I want those things, so.
I don't think there's a good way to kill someone that doesn't want to die.
Right.
So, and there's animals that don't want to die.
How do you know they don't want to die? Did they tell you?
They protect themselves from danger, right? That kind of means they don't want to die. We know when animals are happy, right? You would agree for a dog, we know when a dog is happy.
Yeah.
So, and we see that in all the animals, right? That they're unhappy when we give them pain. So we can kind of see that they don't want pain, and they don't jump off cliffs, so we know they kind of don't want to die.
Well, isn't it just the circle of life to eat them?
When you mean circle of life, it's usually like in nature, right? Where you need to have predators. But that's not the case here, because we make them be, right?
Right.
I don't know the English word. They wouldn't exist without us. We don't need to kill them.
But then
the circle of life thing, I feel like it doesn't apply.
So I really want to eat them, you know that. I want to eat the products. I want to eat all that. If I didn't, I have to though, because how else am I going to get my the nutrition? How else am I going to get protein and calcium? Because there's like no other way. There's nowhere else you can get these things. There's nowhere else.
So untrue. It's so easy to get protein when you don't eat meat. Vegans eat a lot of soy. You've maybe heard of it. Soy has like 25% protein. Meat has 30%. It's so rare, like in a developed country, to get too little protein. It's so rare that people don't get enough protein, regardless of what they eat. If they eat enough calories, virtually everybody gets enough protein. You can get calcium from plants too, right? From soy also has calcium, like dark green leafy vegetables have calcium. You can get it from plants.
It seems quite inconvenient, and I don't want to inconvenience myself. I really don't. Just rather stay the same. I don't like watching this, but like, I don't have to watch it, so I'd just rather be a selfish asshole, really, and not care about these guys.
If you were in their position, it would be much different, right?
If I was in their
If
position.
you were on the way to a slaughterhouse, you would wish that people wouldn't want you dead, right?
But if we don't eat them, if we don't do this to them, then there'll be so many of them.
No, we will stop eating them.
I don't like this, but I'm sure it can be better. Like free range, organic.
That's like the best we can show.
Well, this is like free range, grass fed,
Yeah.
organic.
And like the farmer really takes his time, right? This is the best you're going to get.
You're saying to stop eating what exactly?
Animal products like meat, dairy, eggs, all of that.
So you guys are vegans?
Yeah. But yeah, and we want to convince people to do that too.
Right, and if they don't, you say they're bad people if they don't then?
Well, it depends on how do you define a bad person. Bad person is something who does bad thing. I think if you take the exact same person and one does change what they eat, I would say that the vegan person is a better person.
Right.
Because animals don't suffer. It's much better from the environment. If you
Yeah.
take the exact same person,
Right.
one version eats meat and one
Okay,
version is vegan,
all right.
I don't see how you can say it's not a better person.
Okay, so if they're exactly the same in every other way.
Yeah.
All right. What would you say to me if I told you now that I am actually a vegan? Would you believe me?
I mean, maybe it's something we have fun doing.
Would that be confusing a bit, maybe? Would that be?
Do weird stuff.
Would that be a little bit? Oh, I'm sorry, man. My partner here is filming, all right? My name's David. I've got a YouTube channel. I'm an activist content creator.
Yeah.
I wanted to catch one of you guys today. I've got a few friends here, a few people who know me, but you didn't, which is awesome. And I wanted to just do this with you to show an example of like how I gave you all the nastiest stuff, and I wanted to show like you answering everything. So then I put it on my channel, and the anti-vegans will come on thinking that this is real, and they'll be like, "Oh, look at this guy, he's such an asshole, I love it." And in the end, it's like, no, we're on the same side. Yeah.
I think at some point I was like, do I just give you the card? It's kind of getting annoying.
Yeah. What's your name?
Roman.
Roman.
Yeah.
Roman. Cool. Nice to meet you. I'm David.
It was kind of exhausting.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
fine, it's fine.
Have you been doing this for long?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years. Awesome. I had answers to everything,
Yeah,
so that was.
I feel like I did a good job.
I think you did a really good job. You held back a little bit and called me a bad person, which I thought was good. I was trying to make you say it. I was like, come on, say it, man. Say I'm a bad person because I'm being a fucking asshole right now. I think I've blown my cover now, though. I don't think I can do that again. It's all good, yeah. I'll actually do some real outreach now. Yeah.
I felt like it was like an exercise.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. It's difficult for me to say all those things, you know, because
Yeah, I
like
can imagine.
those were not nice things to be saying about you know, the animals or watching the screen as well. It wasn't. I found it quite hard. It's exhausting for me to lie like that as much as it is for you to outreach me.
What's up guys, David here, hope you enjoyed the video. This was not a setup, it was all 100% real. He genuinely thought that I was who I was pretending to be. He genuinely was and still is a vegan protester, a vegan activist. This was all 100% real. I was going through some of the worst, most frustrating, pathetic excuses for not going vegan that I could think of, some of the worst ones that I've ever heard, and I was giving them to him. It was all happening in real time, and I think he did pretty well. If you enjoyed this vegan undercover series, let me know in the comments and I'll try and do some more of them. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video so it gets out to more people. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.